It's 1979, the San Francisco 49ers haven't won a playoff game in nearly 2 decades, and Bill Walsh walks into the locker room. The tension's thick, but he doesn't talk about scores or records. Instead, he demands a new standard, excellence on and off the field. What does that even mean? How can shifting focus from outcome to process transform not just a team, but leadership itself? That's exactly what Walsh's story will reveal, starting now. Walsh drills into his team that chasing the scoreboard first is a rookie mistake. He offers a radical idea that turned a struggling franchise into a dynasty. In Walsh's very first 49ers practice, he walked the entire team through meticulous drills down to the smallest details: how to lace cleats, how to shake hands. He explained that winning begins with standards nobody sees on game day. Joe Montana later called it the moment they realized Walsh wasn't here to play games. He was here to change how they approach football forever. Walsh often compared leadership to tuning a grand piano. Every string, every note has to be perfect before the first chord is played. Just like a leader, you don't wait until the show starts to find out if your team's ready. Preparation and structure aren't abstract concepts. They're deliberate tuning of skills and mindset that transform chaos into harmony. The payoff? The 49ers went from laughingstock to 3 Super Bowl titles in a decade. Walsh's obsession with perfecting the process showed that motivation is fleeting, but mastery, consistent excellence, is what makes dynasties. He famously said, "The score takes care of itself when you do the right things day after day." Confidence is contagious, right? Walsh flips that script. He argues culture, the invisible code, matters far more. But how do you actually build it when your team feels broken? When Walsh took over, the 49ers had just finished 2-14. Everyone doubted them. Rather than pep talks, Walsh started by defining who they were: disciplined, smart, hungry, but respectful. He held captains accountable more than any players, and slowly that mindset infected the whole locker room. Joe Montana credited this shift for igniting a frame of mind that lasted long after victory. Walsh said culture is like an invisible contract that binds a team. It's unwritten but understood. How you behave when no one watches, how you treat each other under pressure. Imagine a clubhouse where every man knows the rules without being told. This invisible code shapes excellence far deeper than any playbook. Trust became Walsh's secret weapon. He trusted young players to own roles and veterans to lead by example. When everyone believes their leader won't let them down, they play without fear. And that's when excellence becomes unstoppable. It's not just football, it's a blueprint for any team, anywhere. Forget yelling and micromanaging. Walsh's secret sauce was teaching leadership, guiding players to think for themselves. But why does leading like a teacher outperform barking orders? Walsh dedicated time every week to practice squads, players who might never see game day. Most coaches ignore them. Walsh coached them like starters, explaining why every play matters. This raised the entire team's IQ and created a culture where effort and learning were king, not just raw talent. Walsh believed leadership was less about control and more about teaching. Picture a chess coach showing players moves, not just telling them when to move. Great leaders inspire decision-making. They empower rather than command. This creates layers of thinking, agility, and ownership no mere boss can match. The payoff? Players like Jerry Rice flourished because they understood the whole game and could adapt mid-play. Autonomy created confidence. Walsh wrote, "When you teach a man to think, you build a leader." It's leadership that outlasts you, vital for any team's legacy beyond a single season. Remember that 1979 locker room? Walsh's real magic was shifting focus from worrying about winning to obsessing over the small practices, the invisible culture, and teaching moments between plays. His leadership philosophy teaches you this: score. It takes care of itself if you take care of the score's real foundation. Try this. Choose one small process in your day, obsess over it. Watch how everything unfolds when your foundation is unshakable. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.